We begin in Turkey. Recep Tayyip Erdogan has a mandate to rule until 2028, having secured 5 more years as leader of a country at the crossroads of Europe and Asia that plays a key role in NATO. Leaders across the world have sent their congratulations, highlighting Turkey's enlarged role in global politics. His next term is certain to include more delicate maneuvering with fellow NATO members over the future of the alliance and the war in Ukraine. Here's how both Russia and the West are wooing the Turkish president. US President Joe Biden spoke after talking to Erdogan on the phone to congratulate him on winning the Turkish election. Biden said Erdogan raised the possibility of US sales of F-16 aircrafts to Turkey. The US president brought up Turkey's dropping its opposition to Sweden entering the NATO. NATO partners are anxiously waiting for Ankara to approve Sweden's stalled bid to join the US-led defense alliance. Erdogan has blocked the application, accusing Stockholm of sheltering Turkish opposition figures with alleged links to outlawed Kurdish militants.
I spoke to Erdogan and congratulated Erdogan, and he still wants to work on something on the F-15s. I told him we wanted to deal with Sweden until I get that done, and so we'll be back in touch with one another. But it was basically a congratulatory call.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz also spoke to Erdogan and invited him to visit Berlin. As per an official release, Scholz emphasized the close ties between Germany and Turkey, not least as joint allies in NATO. In first days of the Ukraine war, Turkey emerged as an irreplaceable mediator between Moscow and Kyiv, as Western nations were not enthusiastic about talking to Putin. The growing importance of Turkey's defense industry has made it an important player which directly affects Western interests. The Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 armed drones have proven themselves very effective in multiple conflicts in the past years. The country's geographical location means it is a key actor in Europe's migration vulnerability. Turkey has been a member of NATO since 1952. It constitutes the second largest army of the alliance after the United States. Crucially, the country is located on the southeastern flank, which makes Turkey a major security provider to the transatlantic alliance. But it is not the West alone. Russia needs Turkey too. President Vladimir Putin congratulated Turkey's leader on his re-election and said it opened up new avenues for cooperation between Ankara and Moscow. Erdogan has collaborated closely with Russia on key international issues despite disagreements. The two leaders have not always seen eye to eye, backing opposing players in conflicts in West Asia and the ex-Soviet Caucasus region. But they have developed strong ties. Putin told Erdogan, who he called his dear friend, that his victory was clear evidence of the Turkish people's support. Turkey has leverage in key areas for Moscow, such as the war in Syria, the Kremlin's standoff with NATO, and the large-scale Ukraine offensive. Ankara has delivered drones to Kyiv, but it has refused to join sanctions against Moscow. It has so far become an important alternative transit hub for heavily sanctioned Russian exports. Turkey has also mediated between Kyiv, the West, and Moscow, including by helping broker the deal that allowed Ukrainian grain exports to resume. Putin praised the great significance of projects between Moscow and Ankara, including the Russian-built nuclear power plant, Turkey's first. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.